Hello, I am Alyson MacLeod, certified health coach, life coach, and holistic health practitioner. I am the founder of and owner of Superior Wellness, a peri through postmenopause coaching company that helps women get their sexy back, whatever that means to you, right? By helping you lose weight, by helping you build muscle, by helping you have a rock solid mindset, and just feel fabulous in the best part of your life. Today, in this masterclass, I'll be talking about 5 key topics that help women reconnect with their sense of confidence and allure, right? Because during the 90-day program to help you get your sexy back, we do an amazing 21-day reset for your hormones, which allows you to understand how to align foods with what hormones are going to be ignited. Because through this entire process, cortisol levels do increase, and that's the stress internally in your body. I've never known a woman to have a hot flash who doesn't have a cortisol spike. And that's when we gain weight. So today we're going to understand a little something different about our stronger mental health, right? About feeling confident in who we are going forward in the next amazing phase of your life. And it's understanding and embracing the self-image for women over 40 that we find ourselves navigating complex relationships with this self-image, right? And in a society that emphasizes, the youth and the beauty standards and the external validation, sometimes when we hit our 40s and 50s, we struggle with self-perception. Yet this period can also be very empowering. So self-image, or how we perceive ourselves, deeply influences both our confidence and our attractiveness. Embracing one's true self, irrespective of age, is not only liberating, but essential for personal growth, a strong mental health, and well-being. So how self-perception influences confidence and attractiveness is wonderful for us women, because we can step into the beauty of it, right? Self-perception is this lens through which we view our worth, our beauty, our capabilities. And for some reason, as our physical nature changes, society states that we are, oh, that's okay, you're just going to gain 25 pounds. When I was told that when I was 43 years old, I owned 2 gyms and I was a personal trainer and nutritionist. I said, what do you mean? Because nobody could really explain it. And I didn't for about 6 months. And then come the 9-month mark, my body's healing. All of a sudden, I don't have the waist I had before. I have a little tummy. Where did that come from? Right? They don't explain it well. They're just like, don't worry about it. It happens to every woman. Well, guess what? I'm here to tell you that it doesn't have to happen. And if it starts to, we're going to nip it in the bud, because it influences how we feel about ourselves and how we perceive others too, right? So for women over 40, all of us get our sexy back. This self-image might shift in response to societal expectations, right? Aging and changing roles, because maybe you're an empty nester now. But it's important to recognize that self-image is not about fitting into someone else's definition of attractiveness. It's about embracing who we are, celebrating our unique qualities, and finding confidence in that authenticity. Confidence itself, right? A positive self-image directly fuels this self-image, self-confidence of ourselves. And women might feel less pressure to conform to unrealistic standards. And instead, you may begin to embrace your individuality. I know now, since I've turned 60, I stopped worrying what anybody else thought of myself and embraced who I was. And over the past year so far, I have lost 38 pounds. So it's been a wonderful, wonderful way not to stress and add cortisol to my life. And yes, I definitely tweaked a lot with my diet and herbs and figuring out what to do exercise-wise that helped calm my nervous system. But when a woman feels good about herself, she projects an inner confidence that can be more captivating than traditional ideas of youth-based beauty. Confidence comes from accepting yourself at every stage of life, especially in this one now, right? Recognizing our wisdom that we've gained, the experiences we've had in life, and celebrating personal achievements. And the attractiveness goes beyond physical appearance. It's rooted in energy, attitude, and self-assurance. So women over 40 often have the advantage of knowing themselves better and embracing their unique qualities. This self-assuredness can make them feel magnetic, alive, ready to take on the world. And when we embrace our wrinkles, our laugh lines, our graying hair, then we send a message of acceptance and resilience out to the world, which often comes across as far more attractive than an unattainable, unchanging standard of beauty. And exercise and strategies to build this positive self-image is a process that can also help cultivate through intentional practices, right? And some of those are, practicing self-compassion, right? There's a lot of times when I never did that. I was just someone who had to go, go, go. I was busy. I had businesses. I had a job. I had kids. I have a dog. I have a cat. I had responsibilities. So they always came first, right? And now I'm learning to be more gentle with myself, especially when confronting societal pressures or self-doubt that I have. I acknowledge my achievements and I love the challenges that I have with kindness. And I really look inward to say, okay, what am I learning here? It's a very different way of looking at the world and my perception of it as I navigate it, right? And a great exercise I do is I start each day and I write down 3 things I love about myself, right? I have a list of 10 that I'm grateful for. And it is just wonderful to go back and look at that because in practicing this, it is just so wonderful because it starts the day with this attitude of gratitude, this appreciation for my life, for what I have now and what I have coming, right? And I'll say, thank you so much that I have this amazing life, this amazing business. I am really helping and impacting women all over the world understand how to navigate peri to postmenopause better and have the best time of their life, right? And I started doing that long before I ever even had a course going or I had my first client. Because I knew that when I resonated with it, when I was able to step into what I needed to, that self-compassion grew. I knew that I would have it for others as well. And I say some affirmations, right? I am enough. That was a big one. Second one, I am worthy, right? Took a long time sometimes for me to actually go, yeah, I am. And I'll look in the mirror. I do some mirror work with my clients as well to say, I want you to look at your eyes, look in the mirror and say, I am worthy. And just hold it there for a minute. Because a lot of people can go, yeah, I'm worthy. Of course I am. And then you walk away. But you walk away from yourself and you walk away from what helps you and it celebrates you, right? Your strengths, your resilience. That attitude is fantastic. Because it starts with you. It starts your day, right? This mindfulness, gratitude again, is just wonderful at building your self-esteem as well, right? To focus on what's well in your life rather than what's lacking, because so many people are these days. So it's nice to do. So dedicate that time in the morning to journal. And I do it at night as well, right? Which is very different, right? First time in the morning when I started doing it, I'm grateful for my dog, my cat, my tea, right? The sunrise. If it wasn't snowing, very grateful. So it could be simple things just to start, right? It starts the process. Now it gets a little more wordy and quite involved some days, but it's fun to do that. And it starts and helps with your life experiences and personal growth to get you where you need to go, right? And then we talk a bit about fashion. Right? Because we always have this idea that we have to be dressed a certain way. We have to align certain styles. And now I think I've lived in very colorful tights for the last 4 years, maybe 5 years, with, a little baggier tops and stuff, bigger jewelry usually. And I have fun with it. And it's a lot more, I guess, easy to do because I was bigger at the time. I was 210 pounds at one point. And I'd go up and down from 190 to 210, and those were the clothes that still fit me. And I could always wear them. So I didn't have to go out and buy new clothes. So that was another thing that I fell back into that comfort zone. But now I feel comfortable. I'm more powerful and I have a confident boost to wear something that's a little more form-fitting. Not perfectly form-fitting, but I did the other day and I had a friend look at me from across the room and she said, "Come here." And I walked over and I said, "What?" She goes, "How did you lose all that weight?" And we sparked a conversation because I was in the same clothes I've always worn. My shoulders are still the same size, so everything still felt the same, but it looked different as I walked and as I felt who I was and how I was. And now that I'm in something a little more form-fitting, people are noticing. Feels good. Feels good to be in my skin. So take a moment and evaluate your wardrobe. You know, what you like now, you may not like next year. Maybe you want to change completely, do a little, boho look and grow your hair out, right? We were always told as women we should cut our hair short. I'm like, no, my hair grows like crazy in the winter. I'm loving it. But I'm now doing what I want to do with my hair and feeling like I have more youthfulness and I feel younger than I have in like forever, right? So I want you to look at that. I want you to see what styles you like, what colors you like. Because I know some of the colors I used to wear, I had brown hair with red in it. I can't wear any of my oranges. Certain reds look absolutely hideous on me. But now I try different colors. I try different shapes. I try different, styles of clothes and jewelry. And I love my jewelry. And I'm in the middle of moving, so I don't have a lot of it on. But, you know, examine what that is to you. Maybe it's a different shoe style, different socks, like whatever that is, try it and see what it does for you, for your unique personality, your unique taste. We have wisdom now, ladies. You can wear whatever you want. I needed to be really comfy for a while there, got my hips replaced, and I feel fabulous now, but I don't always have to wear tights now just to feel fabulous, right? I can change that. And a lot of that came through too, with number 4, negative self-talk, right? Women often internalize negative beliefs about them ourselves, right? How we are influenced by others and influenced by years of societal conditioning, right? We were told, oh, you're just going to gain 25 pounds, don't worry about it. Well, to someone who's never gained any weight, I own 2 gyms and I could eat anything. Just telling me I'm going to gain 25 pounds was like slap in the face. Oh, but don't worry about it. It's like I own 2 gyms. I try and get women not to worry about it. So why am I not worrying about it? Right? It's those kind of things that we're talked about. So then my self-talk goes, oh my gosh, what if I gain 25 pounds? I'm a gym owner. How can I gain 25 pounds? What's going to happen to me? What's going to happen to my business? Like it's that spiraling of that self-talk that really has an empowering effect on our positive self-image or negative self-image. So I'd like you to think of it as this way. So your exercise to this would be while you're journaling, then think about some of the things you've told yourself today, right? Were you mad at yourself for the way you drove or what you dressed, or you should have shown up earlier? Oh my gosh, if you did just something different, things would be different, right? We tend to live from the past and we need to stay present. And you need to love yourself right where you're at. And that positive self-talk, again, with the affirmations, goes a long, long way. And then there's embracing healthy living and what I call movement, not just fitness and exercise, but movement, right? Which is so key, right? It's regular physical activity that focuses on health rather than just appearance, right? You can improve both your body and your mind at the same time. Exercise can make you feel energized and capable, stronger, confident in your body's ability to move, not just its appearance, but it also helps with things like sleep and digestion and your ability to fit into something that, that little black dress that you never wanted to have again. Why not take it out? Rock it. Put on a nice colorful scarf, whatever that is for you. Just enjoy it, right? But it also comes down to movement is something that's key that we talk about is moving energy. I don't know any woman who has ever had a hot flash who doesn't have a cortisol spike, because that is one heck of a way to stress out the internal part of your body. And then what do? We gain weight. So in releasing that and allowing yourself to show up and do whatever it is, if it's walking, if it's yoga, if it's dancing in your living room, strength training, push-ups, whatever it is you want to do it and have fun with it. But we also teach you different things like Qigong, if that's not something you've ever done before. And it's wonderful because it just moves the energy in the body and it just allows you to go from side to side, left to right, up and down. So it really helps also with the brain. So there's a lot of stuff that we do that's fun to do and it's exercise, but it's more fun movement to be able to celebrate who you are and to grow stronger over time. It doesn't have to be a pumping iron and I'm going to get a six-pack by next Tuesday. That's unrealistic for what we are. But we can move and we can eat the right foods and we can understand the hormones that is all triggered by that and how we can live a happier life, get better sleep, have better focus, right? We're working on our memory. We talk about supplements for that. Like we go through all of this within our program, which is so much fun and the ladies absolutely love it. And number 6, surround yourself with positive influences because isn't it easier when there's people that you're surrounded with that play a huge role at improving your self-image, right? We all know negative people. Every one of us do. We have someone in the family, or we have someone that we know, or a colleague, or a friend, and you're still there. You spend time with those individuals, but I want you to really now focus on spending more time with those people that lift you up. They want to celebrate you, celebrate your growth, encourage you to embrace who you are and what you are and all the fabulousness that comes with you being you, right? So seek out those friendships and communities, where you feel supported and appreciated for who you truly are. If you're now in your 50s or 60s and you go, you know what, I'd love a side hustle. Wonderful. Talk to someone about what that is. Go talk to other small business owners, right? See what all your gifts are. Write them out. Write out what your gifts are. And then find a friend that you can talk to them about. Side hustles are a great way just to keep yourself busy, feeling empowered, feeling engrossed in something, or go take a dance class, right? Learn ballet dancing, go take a swimming class or a music class. I finished my degree in 2021 and I went back and took piano, which I took as a child for 6 years, but I could not play a note. And I thought, you know what? I'm in my 50s now. I'm going to try this because I have a different brain, right? Because when we were moving, my son found my transcripts and he went, Mom, wow, grade 10, you got 51 in French, by grade 12, you got a 50. And it was like, yeah, and I couldn't take it in grade 13 at the time because she wouldn't have passed me. So I really sucked through high school because they didn't know how to teach me because nothing was applied. At university, I even got hundreds in things because I understood it. It was exciting to me and I was learning things. And in piano, I finally had a teacher who could teach me without riddles how to play the piano. And I got in the 80s. It was so much fun. It was great to learn. And I still play to this day. And I absolutely love it, right? But I would not have done that otherwise because it was like, oh, I took years and years of it. I can't play. I'm horrible, right? I could never do that. But now I'm engaged and I'm engaged in conversations with others about it. And I love that empowerment piece of it and celebrating that authenticity of who you are, what you want to do, what you want to embrace, right? And maybe it's making candles, whatever it is. Most women I know, we don't have a lot of hobbies, right? Find a hobby, have fun with it, embrace it, right? Now it's your time to have a little little you time, right? Say this, I want some me time. I want you to repeat that. I want some me time. So go have some me time and pick and figure out what that is for you. And it's okay if you try candles and you don't like candles. Go try something else. I don't know. Go have fun. Go have fun with it, right? Focus. Number 7, focus on your strengths and your achievements, right? We want to celebrate you. We're going to celebrate you through this entire journey, where you're at and what you're doing, right? Because you have life experience. You've been on this planet for 40 plus years. So reflect on those life experiences and where your strengths lie, right? Where are they? How do you develop them over time? What do you still want to learn, right? you experience all these wonderful things, personal, professional, and family matters. Embrace every single one of them and recognize your unique journey, because every woman goes through something different. Yeah, there's 30 plus symptoms out there, and some of them even are new to me these days. But you know what? We all have a certain number of them we all have, but we all have them differently, right? And that's what I want you to celebrate. How you're getting through it, how you are loving yourself, and set new goals for yourself too. Not just based on what others expect or, I need to lose 50 pounds right now, right? Start with 10 pounds. I want to lose 10 pounds. I want more energy and I want to sleep better. Okay, let's do it. Let's have fun with it, right? So figure out what that is for you, because we want to celebrate you. I'm celebrating you right now, and I'm excited for you and your journey. It will be more fulfilling and it will empower you. And number 8, well, I need you to let go of comparisons. And I was speaking to a couple of women the other day, and we don't compare ourselves to anybody. I said, oh, okay. So, well, we're hanging out, we're going shopping. Well, they couldn't wear this because so-and-so owns it. Or, well, I've never worn pink, so-and-so would think it's mad if I wore pink. And they were literally comparing themselves to everything all day. I'm like, you're comparing yourself. And it's not so much that they felt jealousy, but there was this self-awareness that if I step out of my comfort zone where everyone else is comfort with me, then they're going to be upset. So we had that conversation because I said, them being upset has absolutely nothing to do with you. Them being upset on any level whatsoever is because you're doing what you want to do, wearing what you want to wear, feeling how amazing you want to feel. And if that upsets someone else, it's only telling you that they need to now step into their own purpose, passion, and love for themselves. And they don't have any self-compassion right now. So if you pray, send up a little prayer for them, wish them well, and say, hey, I hope you have some self-compassion for yourself one day, because you're worth it. And you need to have this life that is full of life and doesn't limit you to do what you're going to do, right? And it is, these comparisons, they steal your joy. They steal your self-acceptance, right? Focus on your own journey and celebrate that individuality, because it is a treasure, right? So here's the thing. When you have the self-image part, it is this transformative process that really helps you embrace your uniqueness, challenges all the societal norms about what we should or shouldn't be or do or have. And we take active steps to foster this self-compassion, this mindfulness that just allows us to be confident and strong and attractive and attentive to who we need to be to cultivate a strong sense of self-worth. And attractiveness doesn't come from just trying to look younger and conforming to all the traditional beauty standards, but from fully embracing who you are at every stage of life, including this one, which I can tell you can be the best part of your life. Because when you love and accept yourself first, you radiate a confidence and beauty that is truly magnetic, right? And then if you're trying to, rediscover this personal style, we talked a bit about it earlier, right? At this stage of your life, your personal style is unique to your trends, right? Think of your body shape, right? How it fits, the key to it, right? Whether you're an apple, a pear, an hourglass, a rectangle, they love to put us in a box. But understand your body shape and what helps you choose pieces that flatter and highlight your best features, right? First off, I had to start choosing clothes that fit well, not just baggy so they can hide what I thought was just horrible, right? I didn't want them too tight or I didn't want them too loose, but I needed something now that was a little more tailored, a little more fit, and I felt good in it. I was quite amazed, actually. I was like, I thought I'd be nervous. I thought I would, not want to do that. It's like, I don't want people looking at me, right? But now it's like, okay, no, I look good because I feel good first. And that was a big change in how I thought of myself and my size and menopause. And I've been doing fitness for years. And I was so mad at myself for becoming 210 pounds because, oh my gosh, what was I doing wrong? Well, I wasn't. I was just thrown into menopause. And then I had so many health issues, and I needed both hips replaced. And they told me I was too young and that couldn't possibly be it. And then 9 years later, I had my right hip replaced in 2018 and the left one in 2020. But that's it. We have to then look to that and love it, right? And think of it this way: embrace timeless pieces with a twist. I have Nix, we're all good, baby. My dog saying hello. So the power of a blazer, right? I always forgot about this because when I was selling software for 2 decades and stopped and owned my gyms, I literally walked 31 black, navy, or brown suits down the street to 2 women I knew that were still in corporate and said, which of these do you want, ladies? I don't want another suit in my closet. And I gave up the little black power jacket, the little blazer that has some power to it. But I now have another one and I love it. And I wore it to church the other day. I had a crisp white, top underneath it. I had jeans on and I thought, you know what? I'm wearing my boots. I'm rocking this outfit. And the confidence I had moving in there, people were like, hey, hi, oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in forever. I'm there every Sunday. So, it's allowing yourself to radiate. And it was just fun seeing all these people. And it was simply having that little power blazer that to me dressed things up. And I felt good with who I was and adding a little flair to where I was going. And I loved that. The other little thing, other than the blazer and a great pair of jeans, and of course the white button-down shirt, is your little black dress, ladies. You got to have an LBD in your closet. And I know for years I gave up the little black dress unless it was, very flowing. And then I literally looked like I was wearing a piece of canvas because I may not have been a rectangle, but in that dress I was. And it was not flattering for me at all. And I knew it and I didn't feel good in it. But now I found a whole bunch of them that I have when I was moving of my summer wardrobe. And I washed them up, put them on hangers, and went, this summer I'm wearing my cute little black dresses. And I'm going to love it with or without my little black blazer, right? But then we can add accessories to it. And this is my favorite piece because I love statement jewelry. I love the bold, these are small today, but I love the bold, elegant accessories to transform an outfit. I usually wear 2 or 3 chains. I have long ones that have everything from an owl on the bottom of it to, a circle with a pearl on it, because I just like the way it makes me feel, right? Having that statement necklace, oversized earrings, especially with my long hair, or putting my hair up and putting oversized earrings on. It just feels good to me, right? And winter's great because we could do scarves and shawls and you name it, right? But a wonderful silk scarf can instantly elevate a basic outfit, right? With a little chunky knit scarf. It's perfect for colder months and you can look like you're warm and cozy, right? And you feel warm and cozy in it, right? And then of course, ladies, the all essential bags, right? I found 4 purses that I haven't used in a while. I'm excited because it was like, whew, okay. I've got a pink one, a gray one, a black one that's more like a backpack. And then, I found a small side body one. And I said, this is cool because now I can reintroduce all of my wardrobe to a nice, wonderful, colorful crossbody bag and take the dog for a walk and look spiffy, right? We can change that attitude of how we are. And you know what does that better than anything? Is your color palette, right? Experiment and stay grounded with who you are, of course. But what are your flattering shades, right? Do you know what white you are? I didn't realize this until about 20 years ago. A lady came up to me and went, that's not your color. And I'm like, I'm wearing white. She goes, that's a wrong white. Because back then I had red in my hair, I had dark brown hair. I can't even remember if it was an ivory I was wearing or a beige white, right? Was not my white. I needed a very white, crisp white. And it was amazing when I put it on, just how my eyes lit up, how everything felt and looked better. But I never really thought of white as something that had to be a specific white, right? It's white, but yes, it does, because it will make a huge difference for you. And it's so wonderful because with white, we can pair any color with it, right? If I want to wear, I have a wonderful bright, bright pink scarf and it's got another owl on it, and I can wear that. Or it's one that is totally multicolored that I got when I was in Scotland. I can throw that on and feel absolutely comfy. It is just amazing what we can do with little things, right? And jewel tones like emeralds and sapphires and rubies, earth tones for a whole bunch of things that you want to wear, right? Have fun with it because now we can. Those little boho things that they now say we can do and wear terracotta and mustard. I'm not sure if I can get away with that, but I'm going to try it this year, right? And don't shy away from patterns either. If you were a person who always wore monotone head to toe, throw on a stripe. I mean, personally for me, I think stripes are for a little younger people, but I met a 71-year-old who had a striped shirt on the other day and she rocked it out. And I was like, okay, not for me, but she was having fun with it. And polka dots, right? If you don't like it up top, have a black white polka dotted skirt, right? Just have fun with the florals and the different pastels and everything that you can do to be a little more bold and happy and step a little bit out of your comfort zone. It's good for you. And you might find something that you absolutely love that you never would have thought you would have tried. So if you go into a store and say, look, this is what I usually wear, but I want to try something a little bolder. What's in this year? And they'll help you do that and at least give you some ideas. And I had one lady, actually, it's a funny story. She bought this absolutely very bright blue green scarf and it sat in her closet for I think 6 months. But she would look at it every day and she would try it on occasion. No, not today. It doesn't go with what I'm wearing. And then one day, she didn't have time to think about it. She grabbed the scarf, she put it on, she walked out the door, and all of a sudden everybody's complimenting her on it, how amazing it looked on her. It's perfect color. And then she realized that every time she sat and really thought about something, she would talk herself out of it. And I said, well, there you go. You bought it, you liked it, you loved the color. It wasn't an impulsive purchase. And now people think that you're absolutely amazing wearing it. So have fun with that, right? And footwear, go something cheeky, chicy, right? I can't wear high heels. I still have 2 pairs that I'm holding on to for dear life. Then in one day, once I can inch my way up into some heels, I can wear, even if for a special occasion, I'm going to keep them. And I may never wear them, but I love the fact that they're there, they're sexy, and one day I will find a different pair of shoes. But right now, right, we're wearing boots, we're wearing running shoes now that snow is going away, which is wonderful. But I can't wait till the summer, right? To get some more ballet flats, to get ankle boots, to get some little low heels that are maybe a little wedgy that can go with something that are colorful again, to match maybe a yellow skirt that I want to buy, right? I'll have fun with it. Boots can also be essential year-round pieces, depending on the weather, or if you're in 150-degree weather, probably not. But look for something sleek, something stylish, something, wintry or spring, fall that could, maybe open-toed boot. I saw one the other day on a lady that was phenomenal. I thought, ooh, maybe I'll try that too, right? Because when you're open up to all these possibilities, you have a slight heel, it just elevates your look, right? Or I flatten my heel, right? I have some cute little ballet flats I can wear that have little sparklies on the front. Anyone who knows me knows I love sparkle, but it just elevates my mood and I feel good in it. Right? Even if everyone else is in 4-inch heels, I can wear ballet flats and feel spectacular because of who I am now. And I love that. And that's what I want for you. It is doable. And your signature look, right? I've gone from owning 700 pairs of very fancy, colorful tights, which I still love, but I'm changing that over, right? But the one thing I never leave home with out is my lipstick. Ever, never, never, never. I love it. I love a pop of color. I love the pinks. I love a bit of the reds. I love, something that's a little more of a muted purple. You can just look to see what it is you want to do. Summer's coming up. You want to go to a pink? Do you want to go to maybe a lip gloss? It just helps solidify your personal style, right? Because now anything goes. As much as they tell us no, it doesn't, go for it. Seriously, who's telling you that? It's not me, right? And again, hair and makeup. Hair can be whatever style you want. Do you want it short and sassy? Go short and sassy. Curl it up. Don't curl it up. Have it messy. Have it long. Have it curly. Have it straightened. My hair changes every couple of years because in 2022, I also had a concussion and I couldn't dye my hair anymore and I had to cut it off. So I cut off my hair very short and let it grow out. And this is the second iteration of it. And I love it because it's coming in beautifully white and gray and different tones of gray, which I absolutely love. And we'll finish up here with two things more. Is the comfort is key. I want you to be completely comfortable in what you're wearing, in what you're doing. And when you're not comparing yourself to others, you can wear whatever you want, right? So pick comfy fabrics that breathe, like cotton and linen, right? Maybe in the winter you want some wool blends to keep you warmer. But it's a huge difference for you because now you can choose whatever it is you want. And I know a lot of women go, well, I could choose before. I said, yes, but did you? We all have choices. We know that. But did you actually pick what you wanted to wear, or was it what you thought somebody wanted you to wear, right? That's what I want you to think of. This is the mindset piece that helps with your self-image and your confidence going forward, right? And then last but not least is mindset and confidence, right? And when you wear confidence, it is your best accessory to any outfit. That self-confidence, that assuredness is just what makes you feel amazing, and it radiates. And people are magnetically attracted to you, right? Because of that. And with all the horribleness going on in the world right now, it's the easiest way to spread a little joy. And it starts with you. So don't worry about fitting into, what society says. Your personal style is about embracing what works for your body, your life, and your personality, and what you want to bring to the table. And experiment with that, evolve with that, right? Start with a scarf, start with one little thing, and then go from there. But just be open to it for starters. Try a different style, try a different color, try a different something. Go into a store that, I would never shop in there. Even if it's a store that I've said too, I can't afford that, but I'm still going to go in now and I am going to look at what it is I want to try on. I want to try on different colors. I'm going to try on different styles, right? And see what's available to you. Because when you think, oh my gosh, I just can't afford that, that's also negative self-talk. Instead of, ooh, I'm going to go in there and see what they have. Just see what it looks like on me. See what the different styles are, right? Just change that up and allow it to experience from you, radiate from you. And don't be afraid to have that experiment and feel empowered, because that's what you need right now. That's what the world needs right now, right? So in discovering your personal style, especially over 40, it's about embracing who you are now and expressing through clothes, accessories, all that self-image, your journaling. This is your best part for you. And aside from all the symptoms and all the chaos and the mood swings and all that stuff that we're going to talk about, it comes down to you loving who you are and going through that and really being able to look at different ways of embracing yourself, right? And sometimes even having a morning routine that includes a glass of water with lemon, right? Make sure you have a skincare routine morning and night, right? Just little things that you know you're going to do for yourself and that you're going to make sure that you continue to do for yourself. That's what we're looking at. That's what I want you to look at to really understand what that means, right? Because what menopause is just stages of the way the body changes. And there isn't a lot of info out there. unless you really start digging and looking and working, but then it can also be very confusing. I have been through this now for 20 years. I had a complete oophorectomy, which is a hysterectomy plus your ovaries got taken out in my 40s. And when I was at university, then I also did a research project because I was very curious to see the onset of dementia that women were having in their late 60s, early 70s who had oophorectomies in their early 40s or before. So I was looking at all the blue zones. I was looking at all the different diets. I was looking at women who have lived into their hundreds and what were they doing differently. So I share all that with you as well. And we talk nutrition, right? We talk about losing weight, a 21-day hormone reset. We talk about a plan that's right for you, right? Because nutrition, ladies, is 75% of the success of any program when you're trying to lose weight, when you're trying to feel healthier. And it is what you eat, it's what we put in our bodies, it's what we fuel ourselves with, and what we sabotage ourselves with. Because I've had women say, oh no, Monday to Friday, I'm great. On the weekends, heck, it's free. It's not free. I'm sorry to tell you this, but it's not just this free-for-all that you can do now. You have to be more cognizant of what that is. And I'm not saying you're not going to have a piece of the chocolate cake at a birthday party or an ice cream cone on a Wednesday afternoon because it's 90 degrees out. But you're going to do it in such a way that it benefits you and how you live and what you're doing and how you can manage all your symptoms and really live an absolutely extraordinary life, right? And in the program, we talk about the benefits of cardio and muscle building and strength training. We talk about mindfulness and memory and stress management, right? We have an incredible 30-day challenge, and it's all about thoughtfulness for you. And the women always loved it. It's just fun. And I want to keep this fun for you, right? And you also get 3 meditations. You get a morning meditation, an afternoon meditation, and a nighttime sleep meditation that is designed to help you boost your day, live through the day, and calm at the end of the day. And you'll get a free 7-day sleep reset as part of this wonderful masterclass as well. The link will be somewhere here. And we'll make sure you get it to be able to, really help you calm down and have that restful night's sleep. And then as you get through menopause, then we also in the program talk about different supplements from melatonin to magnesium and the importance of those. We also talk about conquering your communication because a lot of women, myself included, I had no idea how to talk to my husband about what was going on half the time. And he's not my husband anymore. And that could have played a part. But we're going to talk to you about that and just how to understand what you're going through and how to communicate it. How to track your journey, right? I have a lot of Christian women as well come on board, and we have a special prayer time 1 night a week. And you can join or not, that's entirely up to you. And sharing circles once a month. These have been absolutely extraordinary because then women can come together. We can share ideas, we can share recipes, we can talk about what you're experiencing so you don't feel like you're the only person on the planet going through it. And I talked once earlier about an out clause. And this was the funny story I wanted to talk to you about because my sister-in-law at Christmas, my mother's house is 75 degrees on a cold day. And she's like, no, if you can't find me, I'm going to be in the back porch where there's no heat, or I'm going to be on the front porch because I need a big dose of cold because it's snowing up here. So she's going to have her red wine. Because she knows it's going to give her a hot flash. She knows that she's going to need a break from boiling to death in the house. So her out clause is to be on the front porch, but she's still going to enjoy her wine. And that's what we talk about too. What do you want your out clause to be? What's the one thing that you don't want to give up, but you want to know how to manage? We're going to talk about that, and we're going to come up with some amazing ideas. All the while, we are celebrating you. We are sharing book suggestions. I have guest speakers that come on, and we have goal setting for continued success to keep you happy and sexy and moving forward exactly how you want to be the healthiest, most energetic, wonderful woman going into old age you can be. Because age is just a number. And now that I'm 60, I'm feeling much younger than I did even 10 years ago. So we're going to have fun with this. And we're going to share our struggles, our journeys, our wins. We're going to celebrate each other. And we're really going to help each other thrive. And if you would like to, you can always go to soulexpressionsessions.com, and that website will have a link to my Calendly. And you'll be able to get on there and book a 30-minute call with me and see if this is something you need or you want, or what your next steps are in your menopausal journey. Excuse me. Sorry. And I'm really, really excited that you're here. I thank you so much for listening. I hope you got some value from it. And I really hope that, one day that if you have any questions, you can reach out. And I do have a Facebook group that you can join called Superior Wellness. And from that point, you'll get a lot of information. We did an advent calendar kind of date over Christmas that you can go back and review. And it talked everything from cacao to hairstyles to just getting out there and having fun. I love you tons. I wish you well. And I wish you all the blessings in the world for an absolutely wonderful, happy, and healthy menopause. Blessings.